Alright, hello everyone. Today we're going to be trying to combine the pecking exercise. Where we're just starting notes and trying to have that note in that instant of air, that note. Our lips vibrate or our reed vibrates right away. And the twee exercise. So we're going to put these two together. The reason I want to do this is a sound wave. The start of the sound wave is always the biggest. And then it kind of tapers off into a little wave. The reason is objects at rest want to stay at rest. So what does that mean for us? That means the beginning of the note's always the loudest. Even on piano, and I mean all these instruments, it's always like that. Even with your voice. So for brass players, that means that the start of the note is the hardest part on our muscles. So contrary to popular belief, physically holding a note should be one of the easier things. Starting a note should be harder. Now this is often backwards with players because of their technique, I guess, how they approach holding a note, where you're just pushing air to get the note. But really holding a note, it's just staying still. Once you start the note, just don't move, and then the note won't move. So here's the exercise. Triplets. And then all the way to open, or in trombone first position. So really short. And we're just trying to get all these different partials in that split second of air. That note comes out in tune. In tune's the hardest part. Getting the partials is kind of a hurdle, and then you've got to really fine tune all those partials. And once you can do that, the only other step, I always start with 1 and 3 or 6 position. 1, 2, and 3 or 7 position is kind of outside of the in tune realm for most things. So then we'll just add more partials. So I kind of lost track of how many partials I was doing, but I would just add one partial at a time. So the first one we did, and then I would keep going from there. So that's the exercise, triplets. Bum, 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 bum. I like to always try to have a music example here of why these things are helpful or required. So that's from Wagner. It is a Wagner thing. Vlad the Valkyries. It was escaping me for a second there. So, and that's actually a pretty hard excerpt. So these things, if we practice them the right way, they're not difficult. The trouble is starting them the right way. So watch the previous videos, and this should be an exercise you can do without too much trouble. I think this is contrary to what most band teachers would say, but if we just listen to my air, that was about a 2-octave pitch difference in the air. Now, most band teachers would expect 2 or 3 partials from a beginning student. I say 4 or 5, maybe 6. Because our air, if we're using our air to make the pitches and our tongue to change the air like I've been describing, we could easily get a 2-octave range without too much effort at all. Alright, so this is the, I guess, the Twee exercise. I don't know. Pecking and Twee. Something to work on. Thank you.